Hi there, my name is Amanda Frankel and I'm with our Crafty Playdate, and today we are going to be making this wine card. I thought this would be a super cute card to give to a hostess if you are going somewhere this holiday season. But if you didn't want to give a card and you wanted to give a tag on a wine bottle, this stamp set is perfect for you too. And this actually fits with one of our punches in our catalog, which I will list here for you. But in any case, it's got some great sayings on this stamp set. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the whole thing. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, but if the white runs out, I'll drink red. So it does have some really cute things. A birthday one in here. May your glass always be half full would be cute for your birthday. All right, I am going to get started today and show you how to do this one. As you can see, it is not white. It is very vanilla. I did that because I think it just looks a little richer. And the other color that I'm using today, because I'm only using two colors, is Fresh Fig. Fresh Fig is one of our in colors this year. And if you are used to Rich Razzleberry, I'll put them next to each other so that you can see. Rich Razzleberry is just a little bit brighter. Fresh Fig is a little more subtle, and you could really go either way. You can go with any wine color here. But the reason that I personally am going with the fig is I really like this ribbon. This is a sheer 1/8 inch wide ribbon. It's so cute, and you can do a little double bow here, which we'll do today. All right, so the Fresh Fig panel here, it's going to be a very vanilla card base, so it's your standard 8.5 by 5.5. Your panel here is going to be 4.25 by 5. I'm sorry, it's going to be 4 by 5.25. Sorry about that. Don't cut yet. Just follow the written instructions. Don't listen very much. All right, and then this is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. All right, I think I've got that straight, and we'll definitely check them and let you know, but I've only done this 100 years, so I don't know why that's a confusing thing. All right, this stamp set, it is a red rubber stamp set. It is not a photopolymer. It still mounts to the clear blocks, okay, these clear blocks, but it is red rubber, so it already has the squishy part in here, so I do not need the matting. All right, so we are not going to use that, but it also means I can't see through it to place it, to make sure that I'm placing it straight. So we are going to use our stamp-a-ma-jig today. All right, so I'm going to teach you how to use the stamp-a-ma-jig. This is it. Very virtually impossible for you to see on video because it is clear. Nice. Ink. Anyway, it is clear, so it's going to be hard for you to see, but just bear with me here. And this is the handle to the stamp-a-ma-jig. The first thing that you're going to do is set it up. So you're just going to hook the handle on the upper left-hand corner of your plastic piece here. And then we are just using Memento ink today. I'm going to ink that up. And then I'm going to put the top left-hand corner in the top left-hand corner and stamp right down on the plastic. All right, upside down. Okay, because that always happens when you're making a videotape. Okay, ignore it. All right, anyway, I'm going to do that one more time. Upright. Here we go. Okay, much better. All right, so we're going to use that one. It's better anyway. Oh, well, this does give me a perfect opportunity to show you how you just wipe that off with a wet cloth, or you can use your Stampin' Mist and it just comes right off. So now I do have it set up for the wine stamp here. And at the same time, I could just turn this around and set it up with the bottle and then use it, you know, to make many, many projects. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this one first so that I don't confuse anyone other than myself. All right, so I am going to put my paper on here. I want to remind you that you're not lining up with the paper. A lot of people try to hook it over the paper. You're not. And it doesn't matter if my stamp was completely cockeyed. It would not matter if this were cockeyed. I would still just match my handle, making that sentiment straight. I know it sounds confusing. You kind of have to just go with me on this. All right, so I am going to put this off to one side a little bit, like this, actually by quite a bit. And I am going to put it there, and you can see that it's not perfectly even with my paper. That's okay. I'm more worried about making sure that I get my sentiment the way I want it than I am worried about the paper. And now I'm going to hook this over the plastic again and just pull the plastic away. Okay, so here's my plastic piece. And now I'm going to put ink on my stamp again. I'm going to stamp it here just to make sure that I'm not upside down again. Okay, and then I'm going to put it in the corner again and stamp straight down and lift. All right, now we will go ahead and set up for the bottle. I'm just going to wipe this off. All right, and then we're going to set up for the bottle. So we're going to do the same step again, hook it over the plastic. Here's my bottle. I'm going to ink it up with my Memento. I think I said Versamark before, and I'm lying to you. It's Memento. I'm going to put the top, I can tell the top of the bottle at least. I'm going to put the top in the top corner like that, just like I would any other block. Okay, and it's there, and it's on the plastic. And now I am going to line up my bottle where I would like it here. I want it to be lower, like that. I kind of want the words to be about where the label is. See that? And I'm just kind of lining up the edge of this bottle with the edge of that paper. I'm ignoring where the plastic is. See, I'm just kind of lining it up where I want it. Now I'm going to hook my hook thing here along the edge of my plastic and move it out of my way. I'm going to ink up my bottle again. I'm going to manipulate it in my hand. I'm going to put it up in the top corner, go straight down and straight back up again. And it's always going to give me a relatively straight image. So that is how you use a Stamp-a-ma-jig. I have to tell you, I think I owned one for about 5 years before, or 4 years maybe, before I actually used it. I was so nervous about using it that I just owned it and didn't actually do it. But it's really not hard. So you got to just watch the video 100 times. That's fine too. All right, we're going to do a couple other things. Memento takes a tiny bit longer to dry than our regular ink, so I'm just going to set it aside for a second and do some of the other things that I'm going to be doing for you. The sequins that I have on here are the Sequin Trim, and all I did was cut an edge and just slide a couple off, like that. You could put glue dots underneath them. If you try to do liquid glue under these, it's going to make you crazy. I have one of these X things. I've had it, I don't know, so many years. But they work pretty well for me. It's a Xyron. It works pretty well for me. Stampin' Up! Does not carry them. And I'm sorry to show you something like that, but it just makes it a little easier for me to do. So I just ran it through there, and these are now effectively stickers. So let me peel that apart for you so you can see what I mean. Oh my gosh, it's one of those days. Okay, so those are now sticker sequins, and that just goes in the garbage. So that's taken care of, and now let's go ahead and tie our bow so that we're ready to go when we're ready to start coloring. So to do this bow, I have this is the Fresh Fig Sheer something or another. I will list it. We're good. Anyway, I have a video that shows how to do these bows with these bow makers. Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry these bow makers. I have a customer who makes them. Her husband makes them for me. So if you would like to get your hands on one of these, just let me know. Send a message or just post something here or send me an email, and I will let her husband know. I don't make a profit on that. It's just something she does for my customers. So instead of just wrapping once, if you watch my video on bow makers, you will see, but normally you just wrap once. We're going to wrap twice. The reason that we're doing that is we want it to have double ears, right? These double ears over here. So I've wrapped it twice. I'm going to bring that over the top, bring this one to the back, and just do one little fold over knot. Not even a double whammy, okay? And now I'm going to pull straight out from the ears, like that, straight out, and then slide it off. And it has now made a perfect bow. I can separate these two little pieces where they overlapped, and these two also. And then you can see, there we go, that it's made kind of a perfect bow. Kind of, very perfect. All right, now we're gonna color. Okay, so I generally don't make you color. So I usually just don't color at all, but I love to color. I think it's so fun. And I will tell you that if you have kids and you want your daughter to tell you anything at all, then just color with her. She will tell you all about her day, all about her friends, all about what they're doing in school, all about things she's not supposed to be telling you. It's awesome. All right, so I'm using the Fresh Fig marker. These are sold in a set of the new in color markers, and there are 5 of them. So you'll get every one of the in colors. These markers are great too. I'll show you something really cool about them that I did not realize for a long time. Hold on one second here. I am using the chubby side. They actually have a chubby side and a skinny side. I'm sure that's also not what they're called. But the chubby side is a brush tip, and the skinny side would be like a journaling tip. So if you are a scrapbooker and you like to journal in color, because your handwriting is better than mine, then you can use your skinny side. This is the brush tip. You can see the drawing here, or the skinny tip. But it also, this wide strip means wide side, and this skinny strip means skinny side. So you can just glance at it really quickly, even without your glasses on, and you can see that. So there's that. And then I am going to be coloring with crushed curry. I'm going to color up here. So let's see. This is the crushed curry marker. This is one of the Regal collection markers. And I think there are 10. I believe there are 10 of these in their kit. There are. I don't know why I'm saying I think. There are. And then I am just taking my Wink of Stella, which makes everything happier. I always shake it up before I use it. It is kind of a paint. You hear that noise. I never squeeze it. It looks silver, but when you put it on, it's just sparkle. Okay. So there you go. Adding a little sparkle to our foil here at the top of our wine. And it's clear. You can see there, it's clear. You know what, let's make our label sparkly. How fun is that? We could do a sparkly label too. You can color on any color and make it look like it is particularly that color. So if I colored on the wine here, the wine would look glittery purple. It wouldn't look silver at all. So there you go. I missed a spot there. There you go. So it looks silver, but it's really not. It is really clear, as you can see here, and it just adds a little bit of shimmer dust to your project. Now we can add our bow. I'm going to do that with Scotch tape because I can. It makes it super easy. So let's see. I want my bow to be off to the one side here, and I want it to go over my bottle, preferably over my less favorite coloring part. There we go. I'm going to move it over just a little. I'm kind of centering it under my words, as you can see, and then I'm just going to put a little piece of tape behind it to hold it down. The tape that is firmly attached to my finger. There we go. And then I am going to... I flipped it. All right. This is one of these days, ladies. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn it around here and do this and then cut it off. And you may wonder why I didn't cut my ribbon before I tied it, or once I tied it, why I didn't cut it and then pull it off. The reason is I always like to see exactly where I need something, and that way I don't waste too much ribbon. Right? So if you cut a piece of ribbon and then you tie a bow, you're always going to be sad. It's going to be too long and you're wasting, or it's going to be too small and it's going to make you nutty. Alrighty. And some of you started kind of nutty, so that's not a good thing. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and glue it all together here. I'm going to make a whole happy card here for you. This is my card base. So I am going to go ahead and do this. If you ever have a piece of cardstock in your collection, I know this doesn't happen to you, but you get a little mark on it like this, that makes a perfect base, because look, this is going to go right on top of it. Nobody will ever know that you're using less than perfect things for them. All right, so I always have spare glue. Let's see. Oh, much better. All right, and that's about all you need, ladies. You don't need to do the crazy zigzag. You can, but you don't need to. If you are using the heavier cardstock, you may want to use a tiny bit more glue. This one, that's plenty for this. But when you're using the vanilla or the Whisper White, they're very thin. It's very fine. So if you put a big, huge, bulky bead of glue here, it's going to leave a lump on your card. So you don't want to do that. All right, now I'm going to use some dimensionals. And I know that I have them not too far from here because I just had them. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to take some dimensionals here, and I'm going to stick them behind my base, and I'm going to do 5. And I'll tell you why. Because you always want to do corners. Don't do too close to the corners because you don't want people to be able to see it out from underneath. And then I always add one in the middle because nobody wants a saggy middle or a saggy bottom, right? So you always want to stick one in there. Otherwise, your card kind of caves in the middle. One more. Just throw these on the floor and probably sweep them up only when I have a class. Okay, so now we're here. I'm going to line it up and stick it down, and we are all set. And this one is a little more fancy, as you can see, because I did a little shimmer here. Oh, I forgot these. Okay, these are great now. They're already made into stickers, so I'm just gonna stick them where I want them, which, you know, you want about 3 or 5. You kind of want to stick to the odd numbers. And there you go. You're all set. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that you learned something new today. If you see any products here that we carry and you are interested in placing an order, I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I will list my website here, and I thank you so much for your support. Have a great day. Bye-bye.